Sins of the Vatican: when faith falters, darkness rises. They call him the successor of St. Peter, the vicar of Christ. But strip away the gold and incense, and you'll find a story not of saints, but of ambition, schisms, forged documents, and power games that shaped 1,000 years of history. St. Peter, tradition says he came to Rome, preached, and died a martyr under Nero. For centuries after, the Bishop of Rome was one patriarch among equals, no greater than Constantinople, Antioch, Alexandria, or Jerusalem. The papal throne had no crown yet. That began to change in the 4th century. With Constantine's conversion and the Edict of Milan, the church gained wealth and privilege. And when the Western Empire collapsed in 476, the Pope became the most stable authority left in the West, a shepherd learning to wield a sword. By the Middle Ages, the papacy was building its power not from scripture, but from ink and deceit. The donation of Constantine, a forged imperial decree, granted the Pope dominion over the West. The pseudo-Isidorian decretals turned every bishop into Rome's subordinate. Lies became law. Kings bent the knee. In 1054, tensions with the Eastern Church erupted into the Great Schism. Rome and Constantinople excommunicated each other. The Pope was no longer one of 5 patriarchs. He was now the sole head of the Western Church, a break that would never be healed. In the 11th century, Pope Gregory VII's Dictatus Papae declared the Pope above all rulers, with the power to depose kings. The investiture controversy saw emperors kneeling in the snow at Canossa. By the 13th century, under Innocent III, the Pope was the undisputed arbiter of Christendom, commanding armies, crowning monarchs, and placing entire kingdoms under interdict. The cross became a banner for conquest. Popes blessed crusades that slaughtered in Jerusalem and even sacked Christian Constantinople. The Inquisition hunted heretics with fire and rope. And when salvation was turned into currency, indulgences for sale, the Vatican became rich beyond measure while the poor starved. In 1309, the papacy left Rome for Avignon, falling under the shadow of the French crown. When it returned, unity shattered again. The Western Schism saw 2, even 3 popes at the same time, each claiming to be the one true vicar of Christ. Councils argued, faith fractured. The idea of an unbroken, unified authority was never quite the same. In the Renaissance, the papacy reached new heights of political intrigue. The Borgia popes turned the Vatican into a palace of lust, murder, and nepotism. The Jesuits became the Pope's loyal army, missionaries, spies, and kingmakers from Europe to Asia. Even beyond Europe, papal authority shaped empires. In 1493, the bull Inter Caetera divided the New World between Spain and Portugal, giving Christian kings a divine license to claim and convert. The spread of the faith marched hand in hand with the spread of conquest. By the 19th century, revolutions swept across Europe. In 1870, the Papal States fell. The Pope lost his earthly kingdom, but claimed a new kind of power, the dogma of papal infallibility. Even without armies, the Vatican would command the minds of millions. In the Second World War, Pope Pius XII kept silent as Nazi trains rolled toward death camps. After the war, Vatican networks sheltered and smuggled to safety Nazis, Croatian Ustaše, and countless other perpetrators of mass atrocities, shielding them from justice. The moral voice of Christendom was silent when it mattered most. From fishermen's sandals to gilded palaces, from Peter's humble nets to Swiss guards in shining armor, the papal throne's history is not just one of faith, but of power, and the heavy price paid to keep it. Behind its walls, faith and power have long intertwined, a bond that has endured through centuries, shaping the course of history and still casting its shadow across the modern world. You've heard the story. Now hear the ones they don't want told. Subscribe and let's uncover them together.